was on Knives and Stuff's channel, and he put up a video about cooking using an axe instead of a knife. And I thought to myself, gee, doesn't that look like fun? So, you wanted to see if anyone would do a video response? Here comes mine. Gonna use my little homemade hatchet. Kind of like a cross between a hatchet and a tomahawk. But to be honest, I don't know where tomahawks end and hatchets start. You know, I don't know where the actual line is drawn between this is a tomahawk and this is a hatchet. But this is what I'm going to be using in my cutting. Although I would much rather use something like, say, that. This is a very mean knife. Down under knives, the Outback. That is a very mean knife. It's got dual heat tempering, the buoy design. It's pretty heavy, but that's a pretty alright size. Like a little bit bigger now. I've got a bit of a Rambo complex. Every time I buy a knife I want one even bigger, but Have you recognized this knife yet? This is basically a copy of the knife used in the movie Crocodile Dundee. That's the reason why I bought it, but subscribe if you'd like to see a video on that. Not a fan of sheep though. Sheep is a bit of a letdown, but oh well. So, what I'm going to cook is a stir fry. Going to be Vegemite, peanut butter, and crocodile, with some jalapeno in there as well. Trust me, it tastes nice. Although, if you don't have crocodile, you can use chicken. It tastes basically the same. But if you don't have Vegemite, well, maybe Bonox, but no.
How about we start by chopping up a little bit of capsicum? This is really just slicing, not chopping like. See, that's a curved blade, so you can't really just chop like that. But slice it, it's fine. But then again, this axe is very, very sharp. Gotta be careful with it. Although, look how that is with, you know, the classic blade rolling you see some chefs do for dicing up stuff. Maybe I'll try that with the onion. Let's move on to the tomato. Not quite sharp enough to push through a tomato, but a few things are. And that one on the floor. Now, nice. This is a bit of a soft tomato. Actually, this is a very soft tomato. And the older it probably wouldn't be very good to use, but yeah. No, well, you get that. Yeah, let's peel this onion. I usually just use my fingers for this anyway. slices with it. What? Let's try that rolling. I think that rolling technique is a bit overrated. Nah, I'll leave that to the TV chefs. Let's start to steam it. Whew. My eyes. Ah. Ah. This is a strip of loin meat. If you're watching this, Aussie Mark, this was intended for your barbecue. I'm just using up now because I've dragged it all the way to Brisbane and back in a esky, so I want to use this first before any of the other stuff I've got frozen in my freezer. But sorry we couldn't have hung out and had a barbecue, but oh well, there's always next time. Still looking forward to it though. So I don't wonder. What? That's actually going through quite well. Let's compare that to, say, knife. Let's try that. See, this isn't very hard. And I guess it's not as frozen as I thought it was. See, with that you got much more room to slice. I'm chopping up crocodile with the Crocodile Dundee knife. Yeah, well. Wait, no, this is I'm meant to be using the axe. Alright, the last thing. My favorite ingredients. Ooh, I gotta make sure I don't wipe my eye. Good idea to cut these after the onion because you do not want to have that on your fingers when you wipe your eyes. Alright, that's it for the chopping, I think. Yep. Let's start the cooking. Alright, let's get going. Got a sizable blob of peanut butter. Just gonna drop that in. I only just turned this wok on, so I'm gonna leave it a bit, let it melt, and we'll be back. Alright, now I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil. Just a little. Try and help but stop the peanut butter from sticking too much. Because we don't want it to burn. Overall, for the most part, we're using the peanut butter as the cooking oil, but just a little bit of olive oil will just make it a little, just makes it a bit runnier. That is alright. Now I've got it on a low heat because with crocodile, it tends to get really chewy if you cook it on a high heat and cook it quick. So we're going to start by adding the crocodile. Give it the longest amount of time to cook, because we'll be using our bit of a low setting for the wok. Yeah. Crocodile meat in peanut butter. Doesn't that sound good? Well, maybe not if you don't know what crocodile tastes like. I was talking to a girl a few days ago, and she would not believe me no matter how many times that crocodile tastes like chicken. Really does. You put them next to each other, the only real difference is the chicken has a stronger taste, but she would not believe me. Oh well. Not quite hot enough, just tap it up a little. Yeah, it should be fine. Now, after that, let's add the peas. The beans. Adding the beans next because they're a hard vegetable. We'll give them time to soften up. Add some carrot. Good for you. But that'll drop the temperature of the wok a bit. Purely because they're frozen. Alright. Threw the lid on. I've got it set to, what is that? It's like 2.5 on this dial, which is a Breville. I don't really know what that equates to. It's not like they give it to you in degrees, but oh well. Maybe it does in pamphlet. I don't know, I haven't read it. But just gonna leave this to kind of just slow cook for maybe 5 minutes. Check on it, see how the meat's looking. If it's still pink, I'll give it another 5 minutes and repeat until the meat looks like it's just almost done. Because to be honest, that's the one thing you gotta make sure is cooked all the way through, because that's the thing that'll give you stomach, and that's the thing that will give you food poisoning more so than the other ingredients. I mean, you can get food poisoning off other ingredients, but white meats like chicken and fish and crocodile, they're the ones that those are the notorious ones. So I'll just leave that. Let it kind of cook through on a low heat, just to try and stop the crocodile from getting too chewy. Alright, see you.